Hi everyone, this is Phil Travis here at EOU History 112. This week, it's an abbreviated week. It's Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I've made the discussion forum a little bit lighter because of that. Instead of having the usual 2 posts and 1 reply, this week we'll just have 1 post, 1 reply. Make your first post by Wednesday because, of course, we have Thursday and Friday off. And then make your reply, or you can make your reply and post Tuesday and Wednesday if you wanted to. But if you make the first post by Wednesday, then make a reply, on Saturday or Sunday. You're more than welcome to do it on Friday if you want to, but technically we have Thursday and Friday off. So 1 post, 1 reply on the discussion board. What I want you to look at this week, reading from our textbook is chapter 28 and 29. We are looking at World War II this week. We're looking at the emergence of fascism in the Second World War. So read chapters 28 and 29 from our textbook. Of course, also watch my weekly presentation. That'll really help you when it comes to the test, when it comes to the material in the discussion forum. This week also I have a film that I really want you to watch, and I want you to watch. And trust me when I say it's only 50 minutes long, and trust me when I say that this film will really, really, it will really, really encourage you to think. The film is about the atomic weapons era. It's called Atomic Cafe. I really want you to watch this film. I want you to watch the whole thing, think about it, analyze it, and I want to see you talk about it a little bit in the discussion forum for this week. I'm not going to give you a separate quiz on it. I just want to see you. It's Thanksgiving week, so I just want to see you guys, talk about that film a little bit in the discussion board for the week. Do it. It's an opportunity to really think about something, from a primary source standpoint. This is a documentary film, but it's all primary source material. There's no narrator in the film. It's all primary source material about the development and the use of the atomic bomb, which very much brings us to the nuclear age and very much shapes the way people live and the way we think about threat in the world for the rest of the century and beyond, and even still to this day. One of our greatest concerns, of course, is the issue of nuclear proliferation. So I want you to watch that film, Atomic Cafe. Think about it a little bit. Try to do a little bit of analysis. I want to see you discuss this in the discussion board. It's an enthralling film. It'll blow your mind. I really. It's one of those. I personally have probably watched it in my lifetime half a dozen times. It's one of those films that you look at and it's really a fascinating piece of history. And we're lucky to have the opportunity to be able to have a documentary that does such a good job of putting together this type of primary source evidence in such a way for us to be able to watch. So watch that film. Let me see you talking about it in the discussion board. Okay, this week our factoid is this. Kind of interesting factoid for those of you that are living in Oregon right now. Oregon is actually the site of the first foreign bombing or air raid of United States continental territory. Mount Emily, not the Mount Emily outside of La Grande, but rather the Mount Emily down there near the border of California in the southwestern corner of Oregon. That area of the southwestern corner of Oregon was actually the site of a very futile single-plane Japanese raid on the United States in 1942. The case was a case in which a Japanese plane, a seaplane, launched from a submarine off the coast of the United States and flew over the area of the mountains of the northwestern corner of Oregon, or the southwestern corner of Oregon. Sorry about that. Southwestern corner, not northwestern. I think I said northwest earlier too. Southwestern corner of Oregon, and dropped incendiary devices designed to start fires. And the goal was to start major forest fires that, would cause a catastrophe on the West Coast. And they started some fires, but they were, inconsequential. So the factoid is southwestern Oregon, the site of the first air raid on the continental United States, in which a Japanese seaplane took off from a submarine and dropped incendiary devices on the forests of southwestern Oregon. Okay, guys, let's have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Also, I will say, by the way, remember, the second paper in this class is optional. So now would be a great time over Thanksgiving. We have a little down week to work on the optional paper if you need that. If you didn't do the first paper, do the optional paper. If you didn't do well in the first paper, do the optional paper. You have nothing to lose. I will drop the lowest grade. If you do both papers, I will drop your lowest grade. So, if you want to do the optional paper, now would be the time to think about it. Okay, guys, let's have a great week.